Hi, I'm Bill Stevenson, News Director for iFiber One News. We've invited 60 candidates from 30 Grant County elections to join us to talk about the issues. Today we have the candidates seeking the position of council member for the city of Moses Lake. Today with me is Jason Avila and Don Meyer. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good, thanks.
Okay, you ready for some questions?
Yeah.
Okay, can you start off a little bit? We'll start with Jason, alphabetical order, Avila and Meyer. Can you just tell me a little bit about yourself and why you decided to run for council?
Born and raised in Moses Lake. I'm 35 years old. I own a local business in Moses. I decided to get into politics because I am a business owner, and I felt that I wanted to represent small businesses. I got elected. I am the incumbent. I decided to run for a second term because I feel that our city is going in a new direction. I feel that I want to be part of that, and I want to make this city grow. I want to see the growth of Moses Lake, and I want to see it become a safer town.
All right. Don?
Well, I also grew up here. I chose to run for city council because on a grassroots level, talking to a lot of the people, people had complaints, issues, but nobody was really stepping up to do anything about it. So I decided I'd throw myself in there and give my opinions on the matter, and just kind of a different background and different thinking on the issues. So that's why I'm running for council.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. And we'll be going back and forth with who gets to answer first. So I started with Jason. Don, what is the most important thing you'd like to see improved in Moses Lake?
I just want to see it safer, a better place to raise a family. Parks and Rec has been struggling. I hope to help revitalize that with, like I said before, fresh ideas, out of the box thinking, creativity. When looking at it and seeing what's going on, they have a lot going on for the younger kids, and they kind of push the older kids out. We've started to see a lot more gang violence, graffiti, vandalism, theft, those kind of things. And I feel if we provide opportunities for the older kids, that should help bring it back. On the flip side of things, bringing up the police department to help with the people that, may choose not to, go down that road of Parks and Rec. So that's probably the two most important things for me.
How about you, Jason?
It's a good question. I guess I would have to say that I'd be more focusing on the customer service from our city. The customer service is not where I think it needs to be at this point. I think we need to get stronger, and by saying that, I think we need to work with these companies that are looking to come into our area and attract them a little more, and make it easier for them to get a building permit or to look at a land site. And with all our departments in water and even Park and Rec, I mean, we got to earn some money so we can do Park and Rec things. So I think customer service and make it more attractive that the bigger business is going to want to come. And I think we've seen that in the last 5 months. And I think we've seen some changes that we are attracting some bigger box stores, I should say. And I think with customer service that we've been providing, we're getting there. It's not there yet, but we're getting there. And I think once we do that, things will trickle to a better Moses Lake.
All right.
So
this next question is probably a little more important to us as a news service, but it's also important to the public and the voters. I'd like you to start with, I'll start with Jason and Don. What is the importance of open government as a council member for Moses Lake?
Open government's the only way to go. It's the only way that the people in the community can give their opinion, can voice what they want to say. I have an open door policy. Any person in our community can come and talk to me on any issues they might have or any ideas they might have. So I think that open government's great. I enjoy it, and I think the way that the city's run with a council manager, I think it's good.
Okay. Don, the importance of open government?
Well, it is required by law to be open and transparent. That's kind of the reason why I'm getting involved, is so many people asking questions. They don't know what's going on. A lot of behind closed doors issues. Rumors being spread, and it just makes the city look bad. So being open, it helps make the city more professional, and also allows the voters to see your stances on issues and how you're voting and whatnot. So it's definitely important.
Okay. This next question, I'm going to start with Don.
No, that's fine.
So, what would be your priorities for funding if you're elected?
Funding, I'm not a fan of more taxes. What I would do is look at wasteful spending. What can we cut back on? What do we need, or what don't we need to spend money on? I talked about Parks and Rec and how it's important. I feel like there's a lot of things that they spend money on that isn't providing really anything for the community. So, work on and getting rid of and cutting back on some of those, and going towards bigger events that hit more people versus a bunch of little events. So, again, wasteful spending, just cut back on things that we don't need. Budget. So when you don't have a lot of money, you can't spend it on, whatever you wish. So you got to prioritize and choose the things that are important.
All right, thank you. Jason?
Well, being on council, we have gone through a budget crisis, and we've looked at different avenues on ways that we can get creative with our budget, and it's a tough thing to do. You definitely want to have all this money in the world that you can disperse to all your departments, but not that doesn't happen. Definitely not. I'm not a fan of raising taxes. I think what we can do is work on our budget to the point where we're going to tighten up on each department. Maybe we can look at different avenues of saving money in certain areas, such as equipment, or even how many guys mow a lawn. But it's a process, and I don't think that's something that we're going to get our hands on right away. I think it's going to take a little process of all of us working together. And even if the community has some ideas, we'd love to hear them.
All right. Switching gears, there's a subject that's been coming up for a number of months, so I'm going to ask, what is your solution for the ambulance service?
I've gone to some EMS task force meetings, and I think that the direction that they have, or not the direction, but the how should I say, the homework that they've done and that they've given to council has provided us with a great resource of where we should be going. But I think we need a lot more information before we can actually dig into it. And the council now has started by eliminating the day car, which after a month the reports have been great, and we are moving in a good direction. Do I think that we've solved the problem? No, I still think there's a lot of research that we need to do there.
Okay. Don, your solution for the ambulance service?
Well, I'm a big supporter of private business. If private business can do a better job than the government, then the government needs to step back and let the business take over. So to answer the question, I would go with a private service, because I think it allows people to choose who they want to help them in their time of need. I live closer to even Grant County 5. I know it's not a private business, but if I needed something coming from the Moses Lake station, it would take longer for them to get there than if Grant County was to help me, or if AMR was there, or whatever other private business could be there faster. So if we have more options, I think it would provide.